What does it take to become a successful trader? Man, that's a hard question. It's also very easy because looking back, I can tell. I think this comes from a reader, so thanks very much. Hi, everybody. I'm Michael Martin. I'm a futures, stocks, and options trader based in Los Angeles. You know, I think you first have to understand that trading is a probabilistic outcome. I have 4 or 5 things that I think you need to own over time. You don't get them right away. The fifth one I think is the most important one, so wait till the end there. Understanding that this is a probabilistic game and that you're going to lose, that you need to control your losses so that when you do win, your winners pay for all your losers. That's called the mathematics of expectation, also known as expected values. There's another video. I'll put the link in the description for that. You need to know your math. You need to understand and be emotionally okay with the fact that you're going to lose probably 50 to 70% of the time when you start because you don't know anything and you have no sense of timing. Even folks who've been around for a long time, their skills can kind of ebb and flow. Your sense of timing, sometimes it works, sometimes the market's not amenable for your style. That's the way that it goes. There's going to be winning and losing streaks. You need to develop compatibility with your tactics. There's a million things that you can study to trade. As far as instruments are concerned, then you have to get into time frames. What do you care? What do you care? Like emotionally. I have found that the folks who tend to hold their risk longer get paid more, but that's a truism, right? Because they have more risk. If you have more risk on, right, over a longer period of time, and you know what you're doing, chances are you're going to make money because you don't get paid without the risk. They go together in some way, shape, or form. The key there is your position size. It's not so much your entry or your exit. Even for scalpers, right? And I've been scalping in cocoa the past couple of weeks just because the volatility looks like my Uncle Vinny's EKG, after, 2 meatball parms and a liter of Pepsi. My God. Even for I have a cast iron stomach, but even there, it's berserk. You need to find a time frame and a set of rules with which you're compatible, right? And that's tricky. That comes from trial and error. You can get a little bit of an edge. Well, no, let me take that back. You can get a better understanding of how you trade by paper trading, but until you can conjugate it with your emotions when you risk real money is when you're really going to start the learning process. I coach and teach people on the side when I have the time, but there's no better teacher for you than you actually doing the trading, right? And that's taking money out of my pocket. You need to have a good attitude. If you come into anything in life with a pissy attitude, think about it. Do you want to work with someone who has a pissy attitude? The market doesn't either. The market knows, and the tickers can sense fear, right? They can sense pain, not just dogs and bees. Patience. Everyone wants to become Paul Tudor Jones overnight. It's not going to happen. Some of you probably have a fantastic sense of timing, and my hat's off to you. I hope you make so much money. I hope you're trading off time and sales. I don't have any axe to grind against anybody. I celebrate everybody's winning, but the thing is like it's life on life's terms, and that's a very sober way to look at things. And if you come into the market every day like I do, like I assume I'm going to win, I assume I'm going to make money, and I come in with that sense of entitlement, basically, you kind of have to. It's more intentions equaling results. If you don't come in with the winning attitude, even on the days that you lose, you're kind of sunk because it's just so hard. It's very, very competitive. And having a good attitude, I think, is important. Having discipline, of course, is important. But that's knowing also, like, when to sit on your hands. Like, you don't have to trade every day. I know you probably think, like, you're missing out on opportunities, especially if your account is smaller and you're relegated to trading like the E-mini or the MNQs. There's actually been studies that have shown that when you don't have your trading edge, there makes no sense for you to put on the trade. There's 2 outcomes to every trade. There's the financial one, of course, that you can see on your P&L, but then there's the emotional and the psychological one. So you need to make sure that you're trading to make money. Yes, it feels good when you make, but when you do this enough, you could also kind of come to understand that as long as you're taking losses that are within your model, those should feel good too, right? Because you're keeping your losses small. And if you're really good, your max loss will be your average loss. Honor your stops, right? There's another one. No one wants to get stopped out of a trade, especially if you've been waiting hours and hours and hours for the damn thing to finally hit the criteria that you need to hit to add a position long or short. So the last thing you want to do is worry about getting stopped. But if you're up 10,000 in a trade and you have your protective stop at a loss of $1,000 from your initial equity, you need to learn to adjust your stops. No one wants to get stopped, but playing superior defense is job number one. And I think the single most important thing that you can learn to do over time is have the willingness to feel every feeling that you can possibly feel. The feelings that you don't want to feel have a lot of control over you, not just the ones that you think you're seeking to feel. So that as soon as I became willing to feel all my feelings and realized like it's not that bad, my trading really, really improved, because then there was nothing in the market that was going to destabilize me. Like this video? Check out this one right here.